Welcome to this transformative self-coaching program designed to help you integrate and heal the pattern and beliefs of fear of lack and blindness to abundance. This is an emotional EMDR mini course whose goal is to guide you through a process of understanding, reframing, and building resilience to this pattern or belief. When using this program, full screen mode is recommended. While sitting still and upright, keep your attention on how you feel as the words are spoken and follow the movements of the ball or pattern on the screen with your eyes. If your mind starts to wander, gently redirect your focus back to the moving ball or pattern. Optionally, or if you are not able to use video, you can also tap on one or more EFT points. How it works. In step 1, we evoke the distressful emotional state of the belief or pattern. Note: this can be emotionally triggering. In step 2, we offer ourselves loving, compassionate self-acceptance for this state and beliefs. We then reframe the belief, pattern or state with new positive suggestions to the mind. We then bridge the mind into the new, more positive reality. We finally express gratitude for the new positive reality, taking it as fact. Ready. Section 1. Unpacking emotional experiences. We begin with a setup of the issue. Even though I struggle with this pattern, I choose to still deeply love, honor and accept myself, and I am open to a more empowering state of being. Take a deep breath. I constantly feel like I've lived many lives plagued by poverty, and I just can't shake off the feeling of impending doom when it comes to my finances. I grew up watching my parents argue about money constantly, and now I can't help but feel that financial struggle is just a part of life. My ancestors went through severe economic hardships, and I believe that struggle is just in my blood. I'm always worried that I'll lose everything I have. No matter how many opportunities come my way, I feel like they're not meant for me, or that they'll turn out to be disappointments. I work all the time, fearing if I take a break, I'll miss out on something crucial and end up in financial ruin. I can't bring myself to spend money, even on necessities, because I'm scared I'll run out and not have enough when a real crisis hits. My relationships suffer because I'm too anxious about my financial situation to focus on anything else. I often feel physically sick with worry about money, losing sleep and feeling stressed all the time. I've stayed in dead-end work for years because I'm too scared to take a risk on better opportunities. Happiness always feels just out of reach because I'm focused on what I don't have rather than what I do. I'm constantly thinking things like, I'll never have enough, or, it's just a matter of time before I lose everything. Even when I try to enjoy life, I'm held back by the fear that spending any money will lead to disaster. Deep down, I feel like I don't deserve abundance or success, and that's why I'll never achieve it. I believe that the universe is a place of scarcity, and I must fight to get my share before it runs out. I'm convinced that focusing on anything other than my lack will just lead to disappointment, so I don't bother. My low energy and constant negativity make it hard for me to attract anything good into my life. I've surrounded myself with people who also believe in scarcity, reinforcing my fears daily. I've heard about concepts like the law of attraction, but I feel like they just don't work for someone like me. I believe that I'm just not meant to be wealthy or successful, it's just who I am. Therapy or seeking help seems like a luxury I can't afford, both financially and emotionally. I feel guilty even thinking about abundance when I've been taught to be grateful for just getting by. I'm afraid that even talking about my fears will make them more real, so I keep everything bottled up inside. I've tried to change my mindset before, but deep down, I don't believe it's possible for me. I feel like I'm on a hamster wheel, working hard but never moving forward, and I don't know how to get off. I'm skeptical of people who talk about living abundantly. It seems like a fantasy world that I can't be a part of. I feel trapped in a cycle of scarcity, and I can't imagine a way out. My life feels dictated by my fear of lack, and it controls almost every decision I make. I often feel alone in my struggles, like no one else could understand the depth of my fear. I'm scared to dream too big or hope for too much because I've been disappointed too many times. I believe that money is the root of all evil, and yet I also believe that without it, I am nothing. I resent others who seem to attract wealth and opportunity effortlessly, wondering why I can't have the same. I feel like I'm living under a dark cloud of financial doom that follows me everywhere. I've become so accustomed to feeling anxious and fearful about money that it feels like it's just a part of who I am. I secretly worry that my lack mentality is affecting not just me but my loved ones too, and that guilt weighs heavily on me. Section 2. Feel into this balanced, compassionate perspective from your inner coach. Maintain your attention on the EMDR screen, following the movements of the shape or pattern with your eyes. I understand and feel deeply the sense of living through many lives plagued by poverty, and I hold this feeling with kindness and care. I acknowledge how growing up with constant arguments about money has shaped my view, and I meet this part of my life with gentle understanding. I recognize the economic hardships my ancestors endured and accept that this struggle feels like a part of my heritage with empathy. I see and feel my worries about losing everything I have, and I embrace these fears with gentle compassion. I notice the skepticism I hold towards opportunities, feeling they're not meant for me, and I hold this feeling with warmth and understanding. I am aware of my fear of taking breaks, worried about financial ruin, and I approach this fear with tenderness and care. I understand my reluctance to spend on even necessities, fearing future scarcity, and I hold this fear with empathy and kindness. I acknowledge how financial anxiety strains my relationships and I meet this challenge with compassion and patience. I feel the physical sickness and stress about money deeply and I wrap these feelings in a blanket of understanding and care. I recognize the safety I find in staying in dead-end work, fearing risk, and I hold this part of me with gentle understanding. I see how focusing on what I don't have overshadows my happiness, and I envelop these feelings with kindness and warmth. I hear the constant thoughts of never having enough and embrace these with a heart full of compassion and understanding. I understand the fear that holds me back from enjoying life, worrying about financial disaster, and I hold this fear gently. I acknowledge the deep-seated feeling of not deserving abundance and meet this part of me with tenderness and empathy. I recognize my belief in a universe of scarcity and approach this belief with understanding and gentle acceptance. I see my tendency to focus only on my lack and I envelop this focus with warmth and compassionate understanding. I feel my low energy and negativity deeply and hold these aspects of myself with patience and kindness. I acknowledge the reinforcement of scarcity in my social circles and meet this reality with a heart of empathy. I recognize my doubts about concepts like the law of attraction and hold these doubts with understanding and care. I see the belief in my unworthiness of wealth and success and embrace this belief with gentle compassion. I acknowledge the luxury I perceive in seeking help and meet this perception with kindness and understanding. I feel the guilt of desiring abundance and hold this guilt with a gentle, understanding heart. I acknowledge the fear of making my financial fears more real by speaking of them and I hold this fear with compassion. I recognize my previous attempts to change my mindset and meet these attempts with empathy and understanding. I see the feeling of being stuck on a hamster wheel, working hard but not progressing, and I envelop this feeling with care and warmth. I acknowledge my skepticism of abundant living as a fantasy and meet this skepticism with understanding and compassion. I feel trapped in a cycle of scarcity and hold this feeling with a heart full of empathy and kindness. I understand how fear of lack dictates my life and I meet this fear with patience and gentle acceptance. I recognize the depth of my struggle with financial fear and feel a deep connection with this loneliness, holding it tenderly. I am aware of my fear to dream big or hope too much and I hold these fears with warmth and compassionate understanding. I acknowledge the complex feelings towards money as a root of evil yet essential, and I hold these feelings with empathy and care. I see my resentment towards others who attract wealth effortlessly and envelop this resentment with understanding and kindness. I feel the dark cloud of financial doom that seems to follow me, and I embrace this feeling with gentle, compassionate care. I recognize the habitual anxiety and fear about money as a part of me and meet this part with tenderness and understanding. I acknowledge the worry that my lack mentality affects my loved ones, and I hold this guilt with empathy and deep compassion. Section 3. Visualizing positive change. Take a deep breath. I am choosing now to see each moment as a step towards financial freedom and abundance, welcoming a new era of prosperity. I am open to creating a life where financial harmony is my reality, learning from the past to build a peaceful future. It might be beneficial to honor my ancestors' struggles by cultivating prosperity and rewriting the family story with abundance. I am willing to explore the stability and security within me, trusting that I can maintain and build upon what I have. I am ready to embrace the idea of deserving success, seeing opportunities as doors opening just for me, leading to fulfillment. I am beginning to see the value in balance, understanding that rest is crucial for sustained prosperity and well-being. I can start to invest in myself wisely, trusting in my ability to create and sustain abundance, even in times of uncertainty. I am open to the possibility of financial peace enhancing my relationships, sharing prosperity and joy with those I love. I am choosing to focus on health and well-being, believing that a calm mind attracts positive financial energy. I am open-minded about stepping into new opportunities, realizing that growth often requires embracing change and risk. I am ready to let go of scarcity focus, turning my attention to gratitude and the abundance that already exists in my life. I am shifting towards a mindset of abundance, confidently believing that there is always more than enough for me. I am willing to consider that enjoying life and spending wisely can coexist, bringing joy and abundance together. I am opening myself up to feeling worthy of abundance and success, embracing the belief that I am destined for greatness. I am choosing to see the universe as a place of abundance, where there is plenty for everyone, including me. I am actively seeking to focus on abundance, letting go of disappointment and welcoming unexpected blessings. I am ready to embrace higher energy and positivity, attracting good into my life with an open heart and mind. I am curious about building a community of abundance, surrounding myself with those who inspire prosperity and growth. I am reminding myself that I am uniquely capable of manifesting abundance, and the law of attraction works in my favor. I am embracing the opportunity to redefine my identity, seeing myself as a person deserving and capable of wealth and success. I am willing to shift my perspective on seeking help, viewing it as an investment in my prosperous and balanced future. I am acknowledging the potential in aspiring for abundance while being grateful for the present, enriching my life further. I am giving myself permission to voice my financial fears, knowing that speaking them reduces their power over me. I am ready to embrace the possibility of mindset transformation, believing deep down in my ability to change and grow. I am exploring different options for breaking free from the hamster wheel, envisioning a life of progress and fulfillment. I am open to discovering the reality of abundant living, shifting my view from fantasy to achievable lifestyle. I am inviting the possibility of escaping the scarcity cycle, envisioning a path to abundance and freedom. I am considering different ways to make decisions not based on fear but on hope and trust in abundance. I am open to receiving support in understanding my financial fears, recognizing that I am not alone in this journey. I am ready to embrace dreaming big, allowing myself to hope and aspire for more without fear of disappointment. I am choosing to release the belief that money is evil, adopting a perspective of money as a tool for good and empowerment. I am leaning towards seeing others' wealth as inspiration, acknowledging that their path can ignite my journey to abundance. I am considering the impact of my mindset, shifting from a dark cloud of doom to a bright aura of financial well-being. I am willing to explore different ways of thinking about money, transforming anxiety into proactive financial planning and peace. I am reminding myself that I have the ability to positively influence my loved ones with a mindset of abundance and hope. Section 4. Bridging the two worlds from emotion to aspiration. Remember to maintain your focus on the EMDR screen, following the movements of the shape or pattern with your eyes. Although I constantly feel like I've lived many lives plagued by poverty, I understand and feel this deeply and am choosing now to see each moment as a step towards financial freedom and abundance. Even though I grew up watching my parents argue about money constantly, I acknowledge this part of my life with understanding and am open to creating a life where financial harmony is my reality. While my ancestors went through severe economic hardships, I accept this struggle with empathy and believe it might be beneficial to cultivate prosperity and rewrite our family story with abundance. Although I'm always worried I'll lose everything, I embrace these fears with gentle compassion and am willing to explore the stability and security within me. Even though I feel like opportunities aren't meant for me, I hold this feeling with warmth and understanding and am ready to embrace the idea of deserving success. While I fear taking breaks might lead to financial ruin, I approach this fear with tenderness and am beginning to see the value in balance for prosperity and well-being. Even though I'm scared to spend money on necessities, fearing scarcity, I hold this fear with empathy and can start to invest in myself wisely, trusting in sustained abundance. Although my relationships suffer due to financial anxiety, I meet this challenge with compassion and am open to the possibility of financial peace enhancing my relationships. While I often feel physically sick with worry about money, I wrap these feelings in understanding and am choosing to focus on health and well-being to attract positive financial energy. Even though I've stayed in dead-end work for years, fearing risk, I understand this safety and am open-minded about stepping into new opportunities for growth. While happiness feels just out of reach due to a scarcity focus, I envelop these feelings with kindness and am ready to let go, turning my attention to gratitude and abundance. Even though I constantly think I'll never have enough, I embrace these thoughts with compassion and am shifting towards a mindset of abundance, believing in more than enough for me. Although I'm held back by the fear that spending money will lead to disaster, I hold this fear gently and am willing to consider that enjoying life and spending wisely can coexist. Even though deep down, I feel like I don't deserve abundance, I meet this part of me with tenderness and am opening myself up to feeling worthy of success. While I believe the universe is a place of scarcity, I approach this belief with understanding and am choosing to see the universe as abundant, with plenty for everyone. Even though I'm convinced focusing on anything other than my lack will lead to disappointment, I envelop this focus with warmth and am actively seeking to focus on abundance. Although my low energy and negativity make it hard to attract good, I hold these aspects with patience and am ready to embrace higher energy and positivity. While I've surrounded myself with people who also believe in scarcity, I meet this reality with empathy and am curious about building a community of abundance. Even though I doubt concepts like the law of attraction, I hold these doubts with care and am reminding myself that I am capable of manifesting abundance. While I believe I'm not meant to be wealthy or successful, I embrace this belief with compassion and am embracing the opportunity to redefine my identity as deserving of wealth. Although therapy or seeking help seems like a luxury I can't afford, I meet this perception with kindness and am willing to shift my perspective, viewing it as an investment in my future. Even though I feel guilty desiring abundance, I hold this guilt gently and am acknowledging the potential in aspiring for more while being grateful for the present. While I'm afraid talking about my financial fears will make them more real, I hold this fear with compassion and am giving myself permission to voice my fears, reducing their power. Even though I've tried to change my mindset before without believing in the possibility, I meet these attempts with empathy and am ready to embrace the possibility of transformation. While I feel stuck on a hamster wheel, not progressing, I envelop this feeling with care and am exploring different options for breaking free, envisioning a life of fulfillment. Although I'm skeptical of abundant living as a fantasy, I meet this skepticism with compassion and am open to discovering the reality of an abundant lifestyle. Even though I feel trapped in a cycle of scarcity, I hold this feeling with empathy and am inviting the possibility of escaping, envisioning a path to abundance and freedom. While my life feels dictated by fear of lack, I meet this fear with gentle acceptance and am considering different ways to make decisions based on hope and trust in abundance. Even though I often feel alone in my financial struggles, I connect with this loneliness tenderly and am open to receiving support, recognizing that I am not alone in this journey. Although I'm scared to dream big or hope too much, I hold these fears with understanding and am ready to embrace dreaming big, allowing myself to aspire for more. While I believe that money is the root of all evil, I hold these complex feelings with empathy and am choosing to release this belief, adopting a perspective of money as empowering. Even though I resent others who attract wealth effortlessly, I envelop this resentment with kindness and am leaning towards seeing their wealth as inspiration for my journey. While I feel like I'm living under a dark cloud of financial doom, I embrace this feeling with compassionate care and am considering the impact of shifting to a brighter financial aura. Although I'm accustomed to feeling anxious about money, I meet this anxiety with understanding and am willing to explore different ways of thinking, transforming it into peace. While I worry my lack mentality affects my loved ones, I hold this guilt with deep compassion and am reminding myself of my ability to positively influence with abundance and hope. If you were tapping, you can stop tapping as we go into gratitude. Section 5. Preemptive gratitude for transformation. These affirmations are designed to uplift your spirit, align you with your highest self, and resonate with the boundless love and support that the universe offers you. I am grateful for the abundance flowing into my life, feeling aligned with the generosity of the universe. I cherish the newfound financial peace and stability, thanking the source energy for guiding me towards prosperity. I am thankful for the courage and strength that led me to embrace change and welcome abundance with open arms. I appreciate the journey that has taught me resilience and gratitude, realizing that every step was part of my path to success. I am filled with gratitude for the wisdom and insight gained, understanding that my past experiences were vital for growth. I am grateful for the love and support I receive, recognizing the power of positive relationships in manifesting prosperity. I thank my higher self for the gentle guidance towards a life of abundance, knowing I am deserving of all good things. I am thankful for the joy and happiness that now fill my days, as I focus on abundance and the many blessings in my life. I appreciate the inner transformation that led me to see opportunities where I once saw obstacles, opening doors to success. I am grateful for the shift in mindset that has allowed me to view challenges as stepping stones to greater achievements. I cherish the sense of freedom and empowerment that comes with financial well-being, thankful for every lesson learned along the way. I am thankful for the ability to dream big and pursue those dreams with confidence, knowing the universe supports my every step. I appreciate the newfound energy and positivity that attract prosperity, grateful for the shift from scarcity to abundance. I am filled with gratitude for the realization that I am an endless being, capable of creating and receiving endless wealth and success. I thank the universe for the constant reminders of my worthiness and the endless opportunities for growth and happiness. Section 6. Closing and next steps. Take a deep, rejuvenating breath. Congratulations on completing this transformative session. Take a note of how you feel in comparison to how you started, and consider journaling your notes about this session and any areas you'd like to explore. Be attentive to the potential reduction in the emotional weight of certain memories and actual circumstance shifts in your daily life. Note that it may take one, several, or many uses of this program to completely clear or reframe this pattern and beliefs. This program and affirmations serve to fortify your inner journey toward a more empowered state. Feel free to revisit them whenever you need to. For more details,